Hello, everybody. So there's a new test in An Garda Síochána when you go to Teppermore before you become a guard. You do physical tests, you do theory tests and stuff in terms of writing reports, all that kind of stuff. So the Gardaí, this was last week, now making it easier for the fitness, and obviously the fitness is nearly more important than the theory tests, writing how to write up reports and stuff. Because, you have to be fit in the Garda Síochána. And unfortunately now in the modern world we don't know what can happen. A person could drive a car into people. Somebody with a knife could be running around trying to stab people. Again, this is what's happening, unfortunately, in the modern world. And you need Gardaí that are very fit and very ready to, throw hands if needs be. And a lot of the Gardaí, we have to say at the moment, are unfit to serve because they're that fat, excuse my language, but obese and fat, that they can't run a minute down the road without being out of breath. And unfortunately, that's the thing. And again, the standards on the Garda Síochána, you had to be 6 foot tall back in the day to be in the Garda Síochána. Obviously, there was very few people who were 6 foot. But the ideal of that was there was 6 foot tall men staring you down. You wouldn't pick on a 6 foot tall person. That was the idea back in the day, that you'd be intimidated by a 6 foot tall person, that you wouldn't break the law. Nowadays, the Gardaí are a joke. The justice system in this country is a joke. Everybody admits it. It's a total joke. This country, its justice system. Child abusers get off scot free. If you don't pay your TV license, you have to full force on Garda Síochána. And if you misgender somebody, you're even worse off. But if you abuse children and stuff like that, you're 100%. The justice system won't even look at you. But yeah, so long story short, they're going to get rid of the sit ups and press ups now in the Garda Síochána. They're making the test basically easier, dumbing it down. May I use the word? So this is just all bullshit. To be totally honest, this is trying to pretty much get people to run fit. And again, you have to be fit. Again, just looking at this from last year, out of the 500 or so that were in Teppermore doing the physical tests, 162 didn't meet the requirements. So that's nearly probably 30% of that 500 figure that did meet the requirements and shouldn't probably be in the force. Because if you can't meet the requirements, you could get you can get an office job or the front desk job instead of being on the beat. Because it's not good enough that that the Gaudi's not things are the Gaudi's tests are the Gaudi's things. The Gaudi's tests are not to the standard they should be. Because again, you have to be fit, you have to be ready in An Garda Síochána for anything. And making it, dumbing it down and stuff like that. But again, the only thing they're worried about, they're probably drilling into these guards in Teppermore. And I would love to know. They're probably saying if somebody misgenders somebody, give them hell. Or if somebody stands up for their country in terms of letting people, protesting people coming in from Timbuktu that we don't know anything about, or people that you're coming into the country with no passports, let them in. They're learned how to do that. But if somebody objects, if somebody's trying to beat up, trying to get a child abuse or something like that, you have to deal with them. But what I'm trying to say is they're probably more worried about the wokeness in An Garda Síochána nowadays. Chasing up people, misgendering people, calling, disagreeing with somebody online, That's the modern An Garda Síochána, the same with the rest of the world. That we've seen recently in Cork, the guards, detectives turned up to a person's house for something he posted online. Like it's 1984 stuff. And again, they seem to be worried about this because, again, back in the day, as I say, there were 6 foot tall Gardaí. And you wouldn't mess with a big Gardaí 6 foot tall. But even in uniforms, now they're going around like I don't know what. Back in the day, you used to have well protected uniforms, well protected. And the same with the cats, have baseball Garda caps now instead of the only old Garda hat. So it's just I don't know what they're trying to do with the Garda Síochána anymore. But it's not, because again the Gardaí should be obviously good, able to deal with the public and stuff, but imitated for criminals and stuff. The criminals should be terrified to go near a guard or even see a guard on the street. But nowadays it's just the Gardaí are just a joke and nobody passes much remarks to them. I guess again the only thing they're worried about is people misgendering people online. That seems to be the only thing. If you burgle somebody's house, they don't give a shit. They take an hour, they turn up 2 hours, 3 hours to turn up to a burglary. If you misgender somebody online, you're there instantaneously. But that's just in Garda Síochána nowadays. I imagine when I was younger, I wanted to join in Garda Síochána. Lucky I didn't, because it's the biggest load of bollocks. As Maurice McCabe said, and John Wilson, the biggest criminal gang in the state. And it seems to be totally honest. Like at this stage, it's not a criminal gang; it's pretty much a clown show. So yeah, it's just dumbing it down. Pretty much, it's dumbing it down. And as you know too, the world is getting a lot more dangerous. Thanks to the government bringing in people from Timbuktu and stuff that we don't even know anything about. Not even that, we have our own lunatics here that are causing trouble. And you need the best of the best in the Garda Síochána, people that are the fittest of the fittest. And again, dumbing it down is not going to make anything easier. That's what I take. Thank you.